This is Algebraic Reasoning, Chapter 1.2, Exercise 1 through 10. In this exercise set, I'm going to do problems 1, 3, 5, and 6. For questions 1 to 4, determine the equation of a linear function with the given characteristics. And we're given a slope and a point. And what we're going to do is use something called the point-slope form of an equation. And the point-slope form, you're only going to need two things for that. You'll need a point, and you'll need a slope. So our point we're given is this y-intercept, which is the point 0, -3, and our slope given is 0.4. And the point-slope form is y minus y1 equals m times quantity x minus x1. And that being the case, we can identify our point 0, -3 is going to be x1, y1, and our slope at 0.4 is going to be our m. So we can take our 0.4 in place of this m here. We can take our x coordinate of 3, substitute it in here for this x, and this y1, I'm going to bring it around so as not to cross the line. I'll take it down here. There we go. So we just put everything in place, and for that we have y minus, and y1 is -3, so minus -3 equals m. M we've identified as 0.4, and we have x minus x1, or x minus 0. And we can simplify that y minus -3 to y plus 3. And we just distribute here. We're going to get 0.4x, and then -4 times 0 is 0. And if we just subtract 3 from both sides of this equation, we get y is equal to 0.4 x minus 3. And so we've gone from having a point and a slope to an equation. All right, let's look at our next problem in the set, number 3. We have point-slope form. We have a point, this time not a y-intercept of 10, 3. We have a slope of -2/5, which decimalized is going to be -0.4, but we'll just use it what we have. So using point-slope form, I'm just going to write it down. We have y minus y1 equals m times quantity x minus x1. And identifying what these are up here, we have 10 is x1, 3 is y1, and then our m is our -2/5. So just writing below here, we have y minus y1, or minus 3, equals m, which is -2/5. And we have x minus x1, well, that's going to be 10. And then we can just simplify on the right. I'm just going to bring down the y minus 3 on the left side, and -2/5 times x is just going to be -2/5 x. And then -2/5 times 10, well, -2/5 times -10, those are going to cancel. So we're going to end up with a plus 2 times 10 divided by 5. And so I'm just going to bring out y minus 3 equals negative 2/5 x. And 2 times 10 divided by 5 is going to be plus 4. And then now we're going to add 3 to both sides of this equation. And so we have y equals negative 2/5 x. And 4 plus 3 is going to be plus 7. And there we have it. Problem number 3 worked out. We're going now to problem number 5. For questions 5 through 16, determine whether or not the relationship shows a linear function. The data set represents a linear function. Write the equation for the function. And we can see on the left, we are all incrementally 1 unit apart, 1 number apart. On the right side, we have 4 minus 1. We're going up by 3 units. The next one is 9 minus 4, which is up 5 units. We have then 16 minus 9, which is plus 7 units. And then we have 25 minus 16, which is 9. All right, what can we conclude now? Since we do not have a common difference, we do not have the equation, or we say we have a non-linear function. So that would be number 5. Okay, next, number 6. Same thing, we're going to determine if we have a linear function. In this case, we're going to take 5.5 up to 7.5, it's going to be plus 2. And if we go up here, for every change, we're plus 2. And so we have a common difference. So common difference equals 2. Therefore, therefore, slope is equal to 2. So we will say in the language of point slope form, we will say m is equal to 2. Okay, next, we're going to go to point slope form. Again, we can take any one of these points. I'm going to say our point we're going to use here is that first point, which is 1, 5.5. And our slope is going to be 2. So we say y minus y1 equals m times quantity x minus x1. And our point, our coordinate pair, so 1 is x1, 5.5 is y1, and m is 2. And so just writing it out here, we have y minus y1, which is 5.5, equals our slope of 2 times x minus x1, which is 1. So we can now distribute on the right side of this equation. So we have 2x, and then 2 times negative 1 is going to be minus 2. And now to solve this for the left side, if we add 5.5 to each side of the equation, we end up with y equals 2x, and then negative 2 plus 5.5 is going to be plus 3.5. Now we could have used in point slope form any others of these points. I just took this one here at the 1 to make the arithmetic perhaps a little easier. But that's it. Good luck in this set, finishing up your problems 7 through 10. And thanks for viewing.